Well, first off, let's talk about recycling for a moment. About how many products you get in every day? How many tons?
Yeah, so we get in excess of 80 tons of recyclables every single day, and the big news for us, that's been a 250% increase in the last year. We used to get about 7,000 tons of recyclables every year. We're now, just since we made the switch over to the Go All In program, the single stream recycling, we're now getting over 17,000 tons of material in every year. So it's been a huge increase, and we're super excited about that because that means Scott County, the Quad Cities, is really latching on to recycling and doing more of it, which is always a good thing.
Now, explain why the recycling is so important. Why not just throw all this away?
Yeah, so the Waste Commission of Scott County, we also operate the landfill, but there's a finite amount of space in the landfill. And when that landfill is full, guess what? That garbage, it doesn't stop being generated. It still comes in. It's got to go somewhere. And that means we're going to have to build a new landfill. So it behooves us to recycle as much as possible, prolong the life of that landfill. And then obviously you have the benefits of, using recycled materials, saving those natural resources, et cetera, all in addition to, the landfill space that's saved as well.
And other industries are purchasing these recyclables, right, at the end of the line.
Yep, that's exactly right. The recycled content, the material that we're sorting out at this facility, all gets sold, and it goes from here to paper mills and plastic recyclers and scrap metal recyclers and glass recyclers, and they all turn around and turn that into new product again. Again, saving those natural resources, saving that space in the landfill for materials that can't be recycled, and stuff that truly belongs in the landfill, not your plastic bottles that can be turned into a whole host of different materials, or your paper that can be turned into cardboard boxes or paper towels, etc.
So you were showing us during the tour about all the paper. Paper's like the number one thing you guys take
Yeah.
in, right?
Yep.
I was seeing some stat about how many hundreds of thousands of trees it takes to make all that paper every year.
Over 200,000 trees have been saved just in Scott County, but with this increase in recycling that we've had through single stream recycling. So it's a tremendous amount of raw material. The other thing is, it also saves a lot of energy, believe it or not, because it generally takes a lot less energy to make something out of recycled material than it does out of raw virgin material. And I'm going to have to use my cheat sheet here for just a second. So in the last year, the electrical or the energy savings we've been able to accumulate using single stream recycling is 47.6 million kilowatt hours of electricity, which is a huge number, and it's hard to wrap your mind around. We did some figures and figured out what the average home uses, and we saved enough electricity using recycled material here to power the homes of every single residential home in the cities of Eldridge, LeClaire, and Buffalo.
That is fantastic.
So you think about all those communities, that's enough electricity to run the electrical needs for the homes in those three communities, which is tremendous. And there's a whole host of benefits, like we said, to recycling. That's one that tends to get overlooked, but it's also really exciting when you stop and take a second to look at it.
So it's been 1 year.
Yep.
And obviously you see all this extra tonnage coming in. Where can residents go to learn, like our tour today? This is going to teach a lot of folks, people a different look at what goes on here. You have a website, they can go there and explore it themselves, correct?
That's correct. We have goallinqc.org. That gives you just kind of the overview. This goes in, this doesn't. There are things that unfortunately are garbage, and there's some confusion. Things like plastic grocery sacks is probably the big one. Those are, unfortunately, we don't have a way to recycle those. But fortunately, the places that you're buying your groceries, Walmarts, Targets, Hy-Vees, that sort of thing, have a program where they'll take those materials. So the two big ones, that we stress on that website, goallinqc.org, are styrofoam and plastic grocery sacks. Those don't go in. But that website, you can go there. We've got a recycling game that you can try out with your kids and figure out, hey, does this go to, the e-waste facility? Does it go to the recycling center? Does it go to the compost facility? Kind of test your recycling knowledge. If you think you're a good recycler, this will be a chance to prove it. You can schedule your own tour of this facility through the website there. So if you if you like what you guys saw here, you know, you want to see it in person, see all the mountains of stuff that we get, you can go sign up for that through the goallandqc.org website as well. As well as, you know, we've got information, the holidays are coming up, you know, that brings some recycling opportunities that you don't see, you know, throughout the rest of the year, that sort of thing as well. So.
Just wear old clothes because you're going to get dusty.
It is dusty. That is one thing that you get so much material coming through. All that paper generates some dust. But yeah, just wear closed-toed shoes, and we'll provide the hard hats. We'll provide the high-vis vests, and we'll do everything we can to accommodate you. And we'd love to get as many people through here because very few people stop to think about how much work, you know, it really takes, and it's something we're really proud of at the same time.